Hey everyone, Lewis aka Spider-Man 1991 here with another graphic novel review, where today I'm going to be reviewing volumes 9 through 11 of the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. Alright, so basically volume 9 starts off with the Turtles returning to New York after their little recovery vacation in Northampton. And they pretty much come back to New York City, and there is some discrepancy about what they should do next. Pretty much Leonardo and Splinter say that they should be working on a plan to take out Shredder and the Foot Clan and get them out of New York, but Donatello is more concerned with Krang and the Technodrome. First of all, to help with Shredder and the Foot Clan, since Shredder's basically got an army, they decide to make an alliance with Old Hob, who's slowly creating new mutant animals such as hermit characters, and we're introduced to new characters such as Herman the Hermit Crab, Mondo Gecko, and Pete the Pigeon. And so basically they make an alliance with Old Hob to help them fight Shredder and the Foot Clan. And ultimately, though, there is a lot of conflict in the story. There is some conflict because Donatello, he's also working with his friend Harold, trying to fix up an Utrom teleporter that'll help them find out where Krang's base is and where they can take out the Technodrome. So ultimately, though, it's Leonardo who comes up with a plan where they could probably kill two birds with one stone. And the way they do it is they decide to manipulate Krang and Shredder in order to have Krang's army and Shredder's Foot Clan fight each other while Leo, Raph, and Mikey go destroy the Technodrome, and Splinter, Old Hob, and the mutant animals take care of the remaining Foot Clan in New York City. Everything goes well, and of course the whole time you're wondering where Donatello is. Well, Donatello had to maintain the teleporter, which was the only way they could get to where Krang's building the Technodrome. So basically, while the three turtles are dealing with the Technodrome, Shredder and Krang are having their dick measuring contest, and Splinter and the mutant animals are dealing with the remaining ninjas in New York City, Donnie's pretty much all alone with the teleporter and Bebop and Rocksteady. And unfortunately, when they find out that Donatello was going to betray Shredder, Bebop and Rocksteady do not go easy on Donatello. And ultimately, though, Foot Clan's weakened, Technodrome's destroyed, everyone goes back to the lab to tell Donatello that everything went well, but unfortunately, it does not go well for Donatello. He is left critically injured, and it is just very bad for Donnie at the end of the story. Okay, one of the reasons I like the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series is it has a really great balance between humor and action, which pretty much I've seen in all of the volumes. Even though this story did have a very dark ending, it didn't feel dark the entire time. It felt like there was a really nice balance between all the humor that people love about the Turtles cartoon series with all the action from the original Mirage comic book series. So I think that's really something great that IDW is doing with the Turtles series, is that they are finding a way to be accessible to everyone. Those who grew up with the lighthearted cartoon series, to those who maybe later start to enjoy it with the more mature Mirage comics. So I thought that was very great. That's one of the reasons why I like reading this. And I did like the conflict of interest at the beginning of volume 9, where we have Splinter saying that they need to focus on the Foot Clan, but Donatello, of course, wants to figure out how to take care of the Technodrome, because he thinks they should be more concerned about the big picture rather than the present at the moment. And ultimately, though, they did have a great moment for Leonardo when we find out that he had the entire plan to figure out a way to take out both Shredder and Krang at the same time. I thought that was great, and it shows why Leonardo is definitely the leader of the team. And honestly, and also, do you need to read all 3 volumes together? You really don't. I do recommend it, though. I do recommend that you can read all 3 together, because really each volume is only about 4 issues. So if you can't, and most of them are pretty affordable on Amazon, so if you can get all 3 at an affordable rate, and if you have the time to read all 3 at once, I highly recommend it. So overall, I think if you are whatever version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles you loved as a kid, you are going to love this series. So that's it for me. Thank thank you again for watching. Thank you for all your support. Subscribe to my channel, whether you're an old subscriber or a new subscriber. I appreciate it. I'm Spider-Man 1991 saying, see you later.